Style Nikki G here. Today I'm going to be showing you some great apps that you can have on your rooted phone. That's right, these apps all require root access in order to use them. If you don't know what root is, you can go ahead and Google it or go onto YouTube and put in your device's, your device type and look up how to root and root your phone. Now, remember, rooting your phone is very dangerous. It gives you access to everything about your phone. You do have the ability to destroy your phone and literally screw it up, brick it, mess things up. For instance, I tried to change my battery picture from this little green thing you see up here to something different. I went in, changed some APK stuff, and lo and behold, I had no status bar. I had no preview menu when I hold down my home button. And when the phone would ring, when someone would call me, it wouldn't come up. It would just be what you see here, and I'd have to go into the phone app in order to answer it. So be very careful with what you do. You can screw up your phone pretty bad with root access. But in any other way, it is amazing. There's so many things you can do with your phone. And I'm going to be showing you some cool apps that you can help basically save battery life on your phone with, and all kinds of good tweaks and stuff. So let's go ahead into that. Remember, anything you do to your phone is not my fault. If you're the idiot who screws it up, you're the idiot who screws it up. I've been there. I've done that myself, okay? The first app I want to talk to you about is this multi-window app here. Now, what this is with the new Jelly Bean update 4.1.2, we were given a feature that the Galaxy S4 has. I have a Galaxy S3 here, and that's up here called multi-window, okay? Now, what multi-window is, now I've turned it on, you see this little blue tab to the right here toward the bottom. I'm going to open that. You can see I have apps on here, okay? You can also move this. I don't know if anyone's aware of that. You can move it to the bottom, to the top. You can also move the little tab to anywhere you want. But this is pretty cool because what it does is it allows you to access two apps at one time. So literally what you're seeing here on your screen, I have the top and then I have the bottom. You will literally have two apps running, one above the other, or if your phone is in this view here, landscape view, it will run side by side. So that's pretty cool for running two apps. But however, when you get the update, it only allows you to literally use a few apps. There's not much you can do with it. But if you do have root access to your phone and you have this app, you can literally take any app from your phone and put it into that. This way you'll have it on this tab and you will be able to use it with the multi-window thing. So that's a pretty cool thing there to have if you actually use the multi-window. Okay, the next app I want to be telling you about, and this in my opinion is the ultimate app for anyone who has a rooted phone, ROM Toolbox. Now, all these things like titanium backup, SD card boosters, anything you can think of is all in this app. It does cost some money. You will have to buy it off the market unless you can find the APK online and download it to your phone. I believe that's free. I think that's not what I did. I bought it. Well, let's go into this and show you what it is. For instance, ROM management. You can go ahead and you can create backups and stuff. You have options here, settings. You can create backup. You can flash drives on this. So that's pretty cool right there. You also have an app manager. You can freeze apps with this. You can do all kinds of stuff with this, man. Another good thing is the DNS changer. You can literally shut off push ads from certain apps. For instance, these widgets constantly giving me these stupid apps. Ooh, come try this, download this. Well, you just go into that, you disable components, and here's my air pushes. They're all unchecked. Uncheck those babies, and I don't get any more air push ads. Also, the ads that run at the, like, when you open an app and you see an ad at the bottom of it, like my lock screen with the Wolverine has an ad at the bottom, but I have it disabled. So it just says that it's not declared. So that's a pretty cool thing to do right there with that. There's so much you can do with this. There's the rebooter, you can kernel tweaks, your task manager. Here's your SD card booster. You can set these values to anything that you like. You can make your benchmarks just as you can do anything. Look, here's your different options here. There's even custom. It's endless what you can do with this. It's amazing. And then you have your interfaces, font installer, boot animations, theme manager, status bar icons, theme choosers. that's just a really great app to have right there for anyone who has a rooted phone. Alright, moving right along. This is a beautiful app, the next one I'm about to show you. Since I've owned an Android phone, I've been looking for an app like this. This app literally force closes apps for you. You can do it on startup, you can do it from whatever. Basically, you choose an app, you add it into here, and this app calls it hibernating it. So for instance, Multi-Manager is now running in my background. It's probably running in the foreground too, since I haven't really, it hasn't been a while since the Android put it into the background. It's awesome because sometimes you just want apps to not be running on your phone. You just start your phone up, certain apps will start up, you don't want them running. I don't want my Wi-Fi tether app running. That uses a lot of CPU. I don't even want it running in the background. I just don't want it on. So I can hibernate that, and I'll show you what it does. Here's my multi-window manager. I just had that open, okay? If I go to that, now this automatically does it for you. I'll hit this here and I'll show you. These apps are idle and will be hibernated in a short time after the screen goes off. Or you can hibernate them right now. I'm going to show you just so I can show you what it does. I'm going to hibernate multi-window manager. Okay, and then I'm going to go into my apps. I'm going to scroll all the way down to multi-window manager and hope that you can see this. And as you can see right there, it's force stop. I don't have to force stop it. It did it for me. It'll literally do it on its own when you turn the screen off. Amazing. Okay, moving right along. Next great app to have on your phone. It's called SD Made. I would highly recommend investing in the key. This can really clean up your SD card. You can do all kinds of things. There's the Explorer. It'll go through your things. You can, let's see, what am I looking for here? Here we go. Corpse Finder. Okay, find all those dead files in your phone that are just sitting on your SD card, taking up space and slowing down your SD card. Free them up. This will find them for you. You can check the dates to see the last time you used them. I had stuff in here from 2010. Okay, that's deleted. System Cleaner. There's also, here we go, Duplicate. It'll find duplicates of files on your SD card so you can delete them, but be careful. Sometimes you might have a picture in a file, then you might have it somewhere else if you have it in another type of app. For instance, you're using a picture to display your face in your messenger. So you have your picture on the right and the person who's sending you a message's picture on the left. Well, then you're probably going to have a picture in that apps folder and also in the picture folder. But this will do it for both internal and external SD card. Tell you your biggest files, all kinds of stuff. There's even some miscellaneous stuff that people have actually emailed the developer and he's added to the app. Great app to have. It's such a good thing to clean up your SD card and keep it running good. Okay. Another app that I want to talk to you about. Now, as I showed you, you can change your read-write speed with the ROM toolbox, but it changes them both together. This SD card booster app here can literally change your read-write speed for each particular SD card. For instance, this 15 gigs up here, that's my internal SD card. I can set that to something different if I'd like. And then I have my 7 gig, which is my small SD card. That's the external one. I can set that to less. And if you have a bigger card, some people have a 32 gigabyte SD card. I don't personally need one that big because I keep it so clean. There's never any junk in there to take up that much space. This is great because you can individually set them differently. You can see, select a catch between 128 and 8192. A good value could be 512, 1024, 2048. So that's another great app to have if you want to individually boost the different SD cards on your phone, the internal and external. Okay, another good app to have on your phone is Wi-Fi tether. Now, see at the bottom here, you must have auditivity declared. That's an ad that I had shut off with ROM Toolbox. It takes up less computer because there's no ads coming through. Wi-Fi tether. Now, this, I guess, all depends on your phone. I'm not going to turn it on, but what it does is basically turns your phone into a mobile hotspot. It uses your network, your 4G network, or whatever's in the area. So let's say you have an iPad and you're driving in the car and you have, no internet access. You can turn this baby on and you can run the iPad off of your phone's internet access. It just works as a router. Amazing app right there. Depends on your phone. There's some tweaks that still need to be done with that particular app, but it's working great for me. And lastly, I want to show you this app called 6-Axis Controller. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can get this app offline for nothing. But you should buy it off the Google Market, and you can literally take your PlayStation controller and you can pair it to your phone, and you can play your video games. If you've seen any of my other apps, I have how to get a PS1 emulator on your phone, or any type of emulator you want from any system: Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, whatever you want. You can go ahead and pair your PlayStation controller to your phone and use that instead of the on-screen pad or your keyboard. I sit there and I put my screen up and I play some Marvel vs. Capcom on my PlayStation controller, and it works flawlessly. It's beautiful. It's another great app to have if you're into video games. So that about wraps it up for what I wanted to show you about rooted apps. Those are some great rooted apps to have. I think I went through all the ones I want to tell you about. So there you go. Go ahead, download those apps, check them out for yourself. Like I said, be careful and screw anything up about your phone. I'm not responsible for the idiot work that you do. Alright, so this is Talstyle Nikki G with cool apps to have on your phone and things you can get without using a computer. Until next time, I'm out.